Oh, hey guys, Boston fan back at you finally with another video. And today I'm doing a video response for Don't Talk to Robots. It is late, so I don't think I'm in the drawing, and that's totally okay. When school gets busy and I procrastinate, it means no videos. But it was my son's birthday yesterday. I meant to film yesterday, and his favorite color is red. So I decided, because he's turning 5 and his favorite color is red, I was going to film this video anyway. And also, what's the point of doing this? It's not really for the prize, it's just to show off some cool cards. So, as part of the video response, Don't Talk to Robots was asking for your top 5 favorite or show off 5 red cards. And being a Red Sox fan and a Patriots fan, kind of the obvious thing was to show off Patriots or Red Sox cards. And I thought that was too easy, too boring, and didn't interest me very much. And then I thought maybe I should show off cards that have red Sharpie on them, autographs. And I looked through, and there was nothing that particularly interested me that I necessarily needed to show off. And so then I kind of thought about it, and I was looking through my cards a little bit, and I realized that I'm collecting the 1959 Top set. And one of the reasons why I chose that set, it's relatively affordable compared to other 50 sets. You're not buying a crazy ton of rookie cards. It's a vintage set, 50s. I want to build it for my kids, of course. But one of the things that drew me to it was that it just had a very ethereal 1950s feel. The background, of course, the card has a circular picture of a player. I'm going to show some in a second. And then the background is, on a lot of cards, more of a pastel-y type bold color that, for me, reminded me of the 1950s. My grandmother's house was built in the 50s, and I remember that she had a bathroom that was either a very pastel blue or like aquamarine, like it was like over the top. And to me, that just smells and reeks of the 1950s, of that pastel kind of color, and that kind of drew me to the 1959 Top set. And so you have backgrounds that are pink, like on the Bob Gibson rookie card, yellow for the Pirates, orange on like the Roger Maris card. There's some light blues in there, but for some cards there is a nice bright red. And you know, it went by team, so certain teams had certain colors. And the red went with the Tigers, the Twins, the Yankees, among others. So I have some cards to show off that have the nice red background, and those are my 5 red October cards, even though it's November. So I'm just going to show them off, no particular order, but just because I like them. So the first one is the Cubs Sluggers with Dale Long, I think it's Walt Morin, and Ernie Banks in the middle. This was my first Ernie Banks card. I think it's still my only Ernie Banks card. I have a 1970 because I have that complete set, but like old Ernie Banks card. I don't have his base card yet, and I don't have his All-Star card, which is also a red card. So that one was pretty cool, decent condition for me. You know, I don't collect high grade. So that multiple team, every team has a multiple player card, and his happened to be red. One of the first, well, I'm going to show you not the first, but one of the first as I started going through the Hall of Fame run, it was my first Yankee of this, second Yankee of the set, you'll see my first later, was Whitey Ford. So this is off center, but you can see the nice red background. Taken, I like the picture of the stands in the background. A lot of times you'll get the facade that points out to the outfield, but here you can see the multiple decks, which I really like. It's a classic Whitey Ford pose of him as follow through. Really nice card. See on the back, a little coloring, but not bad. So again, red background. In addition to the Yankees, the Twins had a red background. This is Harmon Killebrew, number 515, so it's in the high number series. And I did a lot of searching for this card, and it's hard to find this card well-centered. So mine is awfully very off-centered, but for the price I paid, I thought it was really fair. Corners are decent. There's a weird print mark down there for Senators. Overall, a really nice Killebrew card. I'm looking at a couple others to add to my my collection of Killebrew. His 58 tops is kind of sticking out to me a little bit. His 66 tops and his 62 tops, like, action card are 3 that I'm like really kind of watching auctions, finding prices for. But red background, cool Killebrew card. At this time he had Major League, 11 total home runs in the Major League. So that tells you how early in his career it was. You can see early on he wasn't hitting many. It's kind of going up and down between Washington and the minor leagues. Really glad when I added that card. Nice high number to get. Then also I mentioned that the Tigers had a red background. Here's my Al Kaline base set, oldest Kaline card I have, number 360 in the set. Of course, he had already won a batting title, the youngest player ever to win. He's got a Baseball Thrills card, I believe, that mentions that in this set. In a coming video, and I have so many videos I want to post and film, I finished off my Kaline run for 59 by getting his team card. But another red card, Al Kaline. My guess is this is Yankee Stadium, where most of the pictures for 59 in the AL were taken. It matches up pretty closely to the background of Whitey Ford. So that's my 5th. Also, I really dig the logos. That was another thing that I really liked about the 59 set. It's in most of the sets, but I thought the logos on the 59s really popped. And old logos just intrigue me. I like old hats. I like seeing like the Washington logo on cards because that's something you don't get, at least the old Senators logo. And then when I first started collecting this set, it was after my son was born, so it was 5 years ago. And I decided that I wanted to start pushing my collection towards something that I could pass down and comfortably pass down and know my kids could either inherit it, enjoy a really cool and valuable collection, or sell it fairly easily if they wanted to. And of course, there's some junk in here that, they're never going to be able to sell, whatever. But I also started putting a focus towards more certified stuff and vintage. And so when I picked the 59 set, the first thing I said is I have to get the mantles. If I can get the mantles, I can foreseeably complete the set. And I'm still working on it 5 years later. So within a week he was born, I bought this card, number 10, Mickey Mantle. And it's a very good 3. And then in seeing this, and I brought it out and looked at it a couple weeks ago, it helped me a little bit realize the importance of condition and that it's not that important. Obviously, I don't want a shredded card, but like I was thrilled when I got this card. I'm thrilled that I own a base Mickey Mantle card. This is my only base Mickey Mantle card. But you can see in the corner there, it's bumped, and there's a crease. If you see it right, there's a crease running down here. And at the time that I bought it and I wanted a Mantle card and it was a 3, like I was out of the moon. I wasn't worried about that. And I find myself now when I'm looking at cards, like really nitpicking the condition. And 5 years ago when I'm like, hey, I want to get into vintage, I want to, have something passed down, getting the perfect card wasn't a big deal. And so it's kind of helped me loosen up a little bit in the cards that I look at. But the classic Mantle card, you see this at all the shows. It's not rare by any means. But again, that classic 1950s feel, the red background. We have the nice back, clean on the back, 249 career home runs. I just learned in a video I watched yesterday that he only had 4 seasons where he was over 100 RBIs, which was kind of shocking. But this was my first Mantle pickup. I then, after that, quickly picked up the All-Star card, high number series, and then his Baseball Thrills card. So I had all 3 of those to start the set. Those are my first 3, other than a few commons that I had for years. And so these are the 3 major red background cards that I have in this set. I almost put the orange Maris in here because it's pretty close to red, but not quite. I don't have the Yogi Berra yet, which would have also probably made the cut. And then I don't have any other Tigers or Twins, or not Twins, Senators to speak of that would fit this. So this is my Red October, is the red background cards for 1959, highlighted by the Yankees and Mickey Mantle. And so happy birthday to my son. He's 5. He loves red. And this video has gone on longer than I thought, but this is my video response. And everybody, don't forget, don't talk to robots.